Whoa, cut the stud music. We're not there yet. Welcome to Brick Bronze, Roria Conquest, the hardest one. Let's first get our name ID. There we go. Now, let's meet up with Jake outside and try to get our starter Pokemon. And yes, I will favorite this game as I do love Pokemon most of the time. So, if you have nothing in your inventory, well, our journey starts out when we first go outside and meet up with Jake. Jake just tells us to go meet up with our parents, so I just do that. I've not played this game in a long time. Let's see what happens. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to go to the left or here. There we go. I start the gun thing, and I really wish they had to skip because this is a very annoying cutscene. But they just start talking about certain Pokemon and team that we're gonna learn later in the game, and so on. Let's just go to getting my meet up with Professor Sidious, who's the one who's giving us our Pokemon for our journey. They have 27 different type of Pokemons, but I only pick one Pokemon out of them all, and that is Mudkip, and I name him Bruh. Yes, I can name my Pokemon Brown if I... After we get our Pokemon and name it, we go up against Jake, and I will say this. This is not how the battles are supposed to go. I am extremely slow against Jake in his Eevee, and his Eevee, all he does is do that. Yup, I have lost my first trainer battle. And this is supposed to be the easiest trainer battle, by the way. Yeah, nothing good is gonna come from this. We sooner or later get our Brick Bronze, which we need in the game. We also receive 5 Pokeballs from Jake, and we go into the field, and I encounter my first Pokemon, Fletching. I was first gonna I play Pokemon, but I catch every Pokemon I see, but I killed Fletching trying to lure it. Yeah, now a good start. I get into my first trainer battle, and this is all that happens. Most easiest trainer battle I've ever witnessed. Easier than Jake's. After I get my sweet XP, I skip this trainer and decide to go to the place where me and Jake were gonna meet up, but I encountered another trainer, and this one was tougher. Just kidding, the only thing that was tough is it's the bunny Pokemon. It went down after 3 water guns and Pidgey. The Pidgey's just depressing. Yeah, 1 already did so much H damage. And another water gun just took it down very fast, and yeah, very easy back. That battle, I finally got there, and lo and behold, our parents got stolen. It's not nearly most of the Pokemon games either way. Someone gets stolen or some Pokemon. Whatever, we meet up with Professor Sirius, and he tells us a condition. He tells us he has a friend in Tasmatown, I think, whatever it is. And we meet up with her, and she acts like those type of top moms that care, but only if your parents are rich. She takes her necklace and runs away. We soon meet up with Jake, where I later catch my first Pokemon, Nidoran. I think it's his name is. It took 2 Pokeballs to get him in, and he was finally caught. After a bit of off-screen leveling up, Mudkip finally evolved into bigger Bra. I'm just gonna say Bra because I don't really care about the evolutions. Because Mud Shrimp, I think. Later, soon as some battles later, I just one-shotted all of them very easy. Being over level really comes in some good conditions because you just one-shot everything. Sooner or later, I thought I could make up a new team member, but guess what? Bra was too strong. So, this happened. I thought since he was a grass type, nothing was going to happen. Boom, he's dead either way. There goes our team member. Soon I get a free Eevee from this old guy. And yeah, he's a female, so I'm okay with that. They're spending 30 minutes getting our new teammate. He finally appeared, and it was this bastard. I ended up naming him Code, and he was added to the team later. Never ended up using him for the gym, but hey, you do what you do. Later, I went back to training after buying some Swift and Muscle EVs, which is attack EVs and speed EVs, because I want this guy to be fast and strong. Didn't have enough money for defense or HP, so I'm just EV training him while having the XP share activated for then everyone else can get their XP, which you can see right there. I may have done the move replacing conversion 1 to conversion 2, but hey, you do what you do and you don't throw a fit. I was thinking about who I sent in, but I'd rather not, and then I become level 20. Yes, I'd rather replace Waterfall for approximately Water Gun. Yes, Water Gun does suck at that point where it needs to be left gone. It went to fight the Gigantamax Shinx, and it fell guarding, so wait, there's bonus point. Even though I killed the Gigantamax version, I also killed the regular version. I knew I should have catched it with the Pokeball, but hey, I don't really care about Shinx, and neither should you. After training for 5 minutes, my Pokemon soon get to a certain level. And yes, I did put Bra in the box as a giant. I do not want him to get overleveled. I take out the, whatever his name is, Shink dies. I don't really care. Now, this guy's very easy, but the second gym trainer is the one I have trouble in. He sends Electric, and he uses Quick Attack like the other one, and goes down like the other one. Instead of it being Shinx, it's Manip, who goes down very quickly before even being able to attack. This guy, Magmanite, has Levitate, so when I use both those, it doesn't affect him, and he took out for my HP. I hope the gym trainer doesn't have something like that, because it's going to be very annoying. Now it's time for me to fight Chad. He sends out Geodude. I use Waterfall in order to get him to lose his Focus Dash, and he sends out Rock Slide, which really much does not help me. He sends out Magmanite, who I think doesn't have Levitate, but of course they do, because they like being annoying. I use Waterfall and wipe him out, but I'm forced to switch my Pokemon as I do not want Bra to die. I send out Bro, thinking he's strong enough, but realize, oh, he doesn't have a good move. So I just use Poison Sting, hoping he gets poisoned, but Chiku doesn't get poisoned. Instead, I have to use Bra as cannon fodder. Well, he uses cannon fodder, I use both those, and he goes down. Now it's just Pikachu against my Bra. And I get flinched, and Pikachu's Guznut. If that were to hit, this match would have been over, straight and fast. After the gym battle, Eevee decides to evolve into an Espeon, which I'm okay with, as I've never tried an Espeon in my entire life. So, it's always good to try something new, even if you don't like it and you're going to replace it later on. Soon, I beat the first gym leader, which is the best thing that's ever happened. And now I can use the HM cut to get into the second gym and get to episode 2. And this is where this episode ends. See you guys later. Welcome back to another episode. I have started a challenge where starters have 10 lives, but regular Pokemon have 8 lives. So, before we start, I'll explain what happens in this battle, and then I'll explain what else. This was my first trainer battle after I beat the first gym, and he sends out a Periot. I think that's pronounced. I two-shot it with Waterfall, which goes down very not easy. Leo just goes down very easy as he's not a challenge. Bro evolves into, I don't know, Nino Runt. I rename him to Big Bro, and we go into the second gym battle. I sent out Bro, who isn't renamed to Big Bro as I don't have an A. You know, poke things. I use Cut, he uses Peck, Cut's extremely effective, so I kill him. Yeah, XP share, I do not care. Okay, let's get to the second battle. No, third battle. We get to a third battle, and Lit Leo goes down somewhat easily, as I outspeed him since I kept on feeding my speedy Vs. Soon we get to this Kung Fu Panda wannabe, who sends out Machamp, and yeah, this is all that. I do not take any damage. The only time I took damage was fighting someone else's Pokemon. Sooner or later, I get to catch Gloom, the new member of our team. He gets caught in 2 balls, and I name him Farm, because why not? Soon we have to fight Jake, and this is one of my hardest battles to be in. I start out with Bruh, who uses Walk Slide, and yeah, Scale uses Speed usually, who would have killed me. Oh, it's forced to switch into, okay, yeah, this is just... I should really cut that out, but I don't really have the time to, so yeah. I soon sent out Bro, fight Eevee, and Eevee tanks all of it. Eevee uses Quick Attack, which does half of HP, and before you say yes, I get to catch a Ghastly, Zim is cast, and I don't care. Key of the Great gets replaced. Eevee uses Quick Attack, and Bro's left on last HP, and he dies. I soon sent out Bro with full HP since I used a potion on him. I soon sent out Bodo, and he dies. Soon, Jake sends Flicker, whatever his name is, I think. He sends out Rock Slide, and he goes down very fast. So, then we get to this gym trainer, or gym leader, who has such a long dialogue. Let me sum it up. All he wants us to do is fight Team Eclipse and get his red ore back, and we get to Route 6, which Team Eclipse is in, where I beat the first guy. Yeah, I have to go in there, blah, blah, blah. I beat the second Team Eclipse trainer. Very easy. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, thanks for the money, but go. You're broke now. I fight the third one who has 2 Pokemon. First one faints. Then, yeah, I killed the second one by not showing it. But whatever. No. I would not leave. Soon we fight the 4th gym leader, but I didn't record it. But we catch a new member. Slipsting, whatever the Pokemon's name is. I will say this, his new name is Bug. I never took a picture of it, and that's my problem. Soon I fight the 4th trainer, which was the 5th, but I'm not counting it. I fight the 4th, and yeah, it goes on very easily. Soon we have to fight the Team Eclipse leader, which this happens. This is somewhat funny, like, bruh. I have to leave as I do not want to bug the game out. This is a very funny encountering, to be honest. But we have to go back to serious business as he doesn't stop yapping you. You stop yapping and finally start napping. Yeah, that joke, I get it. So, we soon faced against Admiral Henry. He sends out Heritage. I'm just gonna call Link Sword as I am lazy as hell. I use Bulldoze and he dies. Or not. Yeah, he does. Gets one-shotted. But he does do a bit of chip damage to me. I gain a bit of XP, but not enough to level up. Soon Code becomes level 18 and wants to learn Recover, which I do not allow. Wait, did I? Or do I do? Okay, yeah. So he does learn Recover, I guess. Huh. Well, something new happens every single day, I guess. I do a little mistake and sent out farm. Farm out grass and poison type. Wonder why I sent him out against? A flying and dark type. Yeah, farm is dead. Mega Drain's useless and acid spray is useless as hell. I can no longer escape, which I was planning to do, which I should have done in the first place. I use every ability. Uses pluck, I lose HP. I use poison power to try to do some chit damage and try. And my brain said, oh, why not try putting him to sleep? But instead of healing him, he uses pluck and farm is dead from gaining any levels. Which I'm pissed about because my brain wasn't functioning. So I sent out Bra to go kill this Pokemon once and for all. I used Rock Slide. This Pokemon dies. Bam, bing, bam, boom. By the way, this Pokemon I call it Fat because it is fat. Soon we're forced to go up against. Oh yeah, I don't teach this guy takedown. I think, or do I? Yeah, I teach this guy takedown, which is somewhat of a not good move, but whatever. Tackle is a bit better though, as it will not take away most of your damage. Henry sent in Zip It, which is Bug in my team, which I know what is very high and countable. He goes down in mere seconds. Yeah, this guy was out of a challenge than the other two. Yeah, I gained XP, and guess what? So many Pokemon want to learn a move to the point where I cut most of them out. That's the only one I'm showing, but the rest are annoying. He sends out the tune, which I'm forced to do something else as I am bored as hell. I sit there searching up what the Pokemon is. I type very slow while typing. Yeah, Google does not want to give me my results, so I just either go in there. He uses confusion on me, which takes most of my HP, and guess what? It doesn't affect him. I use waterfall, he uses confusion, I am near one shot, and I use waterfall, which thankfully one shots him. Now after defeating him, most people would think, oh, guess what? They dropped their items and they give up. So they leave. But no, I'm forced to learn this Pokemon's attack. And guess what? Horn Attack replace Poison Sting. I forget that Horn Attack exists, so I don't ever use it again in my runs. Yup. We're not going to beat the third gym, sorry, but that third gym's third is the third episode. However, Espeon does want to learn something useful, Psychic Beam, which I'm actually generally happy about. So I start searching up how much damage, and it's Psychic Beam a good move, and it is. So I decide to, yeah, sure, go ahead. I replaced it for Sand Attack, and yeah, pretty good trade-off. Sand Attack for Laser Beam, no, 100% good trade-off. Of course, in good team fashion, he doesn't care and summons Groundon, which he runs because he got balled. Soon the gym leader comes in, talks to me about the red orb, and grabs the red orb and does a bargain with Groudon, saying he will never wake him up and he's going to destroy its entire village full of, I will say, innocent, and he goes back to sleep. By the way, earlier in the game, we were allowed to catch all these Pokemon and we wake him up. So the time we spend trying to catch him is actually the time we're spending of the lava reaching them. Anyways, we soon learn that we're allowed to find the gym as we did a good job. Out of lag, blink, bada boom. We soon get to battle him. Now, I will say this. This has been one of my strongest and most difficult battle I've been in. I sent out Bra as he has the type advantage. I use both Waterfall. I don't know why I sent out Bra. Not very effective, if you ask me. I take a body type, body press I meant, and I use both those in order to get rid of this bastard. Yeah, if you have a water type, I would instead try catching a rock type as they're more useful than water. Of course, in this case, someone survives with 1 HP. Don't ask who's talking about why I did it. They were doing something. Don't ask. It's just one of my friends. Yeah, Discord. Yeah. Either way, I take out Turkle. He plays this game, and that's what made me find out this game existed either way. Yeah, very funny how most of your friends are the thing that find the game. Wow, you don't even know the game exists. Very funny. Anyways, he sends out Flinchin, which I have already killed once. I think. Yeah, I did in Jake's battle. He uses Overheat. Very, very bad. If Rock Slide missed, I would be dead. I am not joking. You saw how much damage Overheat does. I would be dead. Not thankful I did not gain as much XP as I wanted. So, yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, whenever you transfer something in the box, it just removes the name you gave it, so. Soon he sends out Namio, so I send out Bro. I first think, do I send out Bro or Gas? I send out Bro. And Bro is. Oh, never mind. It's actually Espeon. Never mind. I use Espeon. My Espeon as cannon father. Not joking. By the way, regular Pokemon by Espeon have 8 lives. This rendered her to having 7 lives before she's permanently placed into the box. My Slumper has 5 lives, as he technically died to the Team Eclipse, the first Team Eclipse battle, don't ask, because, well, yeah, he died. Soon I was forced to avenge Espeon or EY, as I rename her to a EY. Soon, Namu dies. Pretty good. I should have switched to another Pokemon and healed them, but no. I forget Sunlight exists. It boots fire and somewhat grass-type moves as well, I think. He sends out Governor. I thought I didn't have a grass-type. Energy Ball. It has Energy Ball, which one-shots me. And want to know the worst part? And none of my Pokemon can counter it. Only Espeon could, as she somewhat outsped my Bra, but she's dead. So I'm forced to use his Orhi and just bone. One shots me. I am cooked beyond known. So I just sent out Bug. I use Bug as a sacrifice. I revive Bra. Because if Bra does not come back, my team is smoked beyond point blank, shut down. Of course, I have enough time to revive someone else, but use extreme. I have 1 less HP. I think, who do I revive? Do I attack? No. I rather revive someone. Now, by the way, if you revive someone, it doesn't actually give them back to lives. It's just reviving them. That's it. They still have 7 lives or 5 lives. Now, this renders Bra having 4 lives, as he's very much a deadable guy. Bra. Soon I use Bronze. He uses Energy Ball. I will say this, if I use Waterfall, I would die. But I use Bronze, I'm smart, and he dies. Good. Covell dies. I gain XP, and Bro, good. Who crews? Okay, if
it's Espeon. Espeon's the one who grew levels. Anyways, we finally get money. We also get the gym badge, which is finally. Wait, Groundhog Slice is looking at me? Okay, that's too bad. So sad. I don't really care. Either way, we get the gym badge, and we get to Route 7, where we counter our newest member that replaces Cass. Zumaro. Yes, I know this Pokemon's name because it's one of my favorite Pokemons. I catch it, I name it Puppy, and I replace it for Ghastly, which I'm never going to use again. Of course, bro evolves into his ultimate form, which... Big, bruh! Yeah, I'm just going to add Big whenever they just evolve. I fight the Lumberjacks as I need to get to Route 8 in order to be able to fight into the water gym leader next episode. So all I do is spam Earthquake. One Earthquake, Bidoof is dead. I gain points, and yeah, here's just an entire commotion of them dying. After that montage of me one-shotting every single Pokemon here, the boss soon comes in and tells the workers that they need to remove the Bidoof's dam because it's blocking everyone from getting to Route 8 because we're on Route 7. Remember, after all of that, they finally remove it and we get to go to Route 8 where we can officially end this episode and move on to episode 3 and 4 that's going to come out somewhat later. We soon finally get to learn, and I will list the HP of what they have, and see you guys later.